I know what you're saying. Sleep.
So you called me a founding father. I think I'd rather be a founding woman.
That
Which that sounds weird.
that's not because it's not a thing. I guess you could have made the flag, that's it.
Uh, Betsy Ross?
Yeah, sure.
She did more than just make a flag. I think she was, like, for women's rights and things.
Not in school. All I learned was she made the flag.
Okay, next July, we're going to do an episode of Betsy Ross.
Woman that founded America episode.
Women's suffrage.
Oh, my.
But I always felt like women's suffrage was just suffering. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this sounds so awful." But it was actually that ties into women's rights and women voting and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I was in school. I don't know why this was a class, but it was. It was like there was a guest speaker, and she wrote like a book on. It was like something like a woman, her own architect, but a lot of it was tied to like it was about architecture, but also like women's rights and things. One of the
Mhm.
things in there was like it wasn't really until recently that women could own their own bank accounts.
Yeah, it was like 1960s or
Yeah,
70s,
I found that crazy.
which is absolutely insane. Like, yeah, women just started getting rights in this country, like, less than 100 years ago. Think about that.
Yeah, it's crazy to
50
think about.
years ago, women 60 years ago, women didn't have rights,
Yeah.
basically, to have your own bank account, or if you wanted to take money out, "Well, let me check with your husband." Like
Uh-huh. Or you couldn't own property or anything.
yes, like, that is insane to me. Yeah, so, I know, like, women's rights, there's more that can be done, but this country, it's been lacking, so, it was definitely much worse less than 100 years ago.
Yes.
So, yeah, I just find that insane, like, you couldn't even have your own bank account. Like
Crazy.
yeah, like, or if your family had a business, is like, you couldn't just be left to the woman, like, a man
No.
must run it.
Yeah.
Though I do find it funny, so, like, in the 1800s, you know how I like my little house on the prairie? Women used to suffer from something called hysteria, and so when they went to the doctor, guess what he did?
Oh, I think you told me this.
He made them orgasm, and that is how it was a doctor that invented the first dildo.
Interesting.
Yes. For women's health, because so women started to line up for their hysteria at the doctor's office.
Yeah, interesting.
And the doctor invented that because his hands were getting sore.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's probably getting carpal tunnel. So a little insane. Like, when you read about the history of how things come about, you're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's crazy.
I might not know important facts, but some facts, just stay with you. I think on that note, welcome to the Raining Cats and Dogs podcast. I'm your host, Shannon.
I'm Arianna.
And welcome. Sorry we are late. We have been, actually, Ariana has been
I've been
busy.
busy. Well, we got phones, and I was part of the whole T-Mobile thing where a bunch of people didn't have any service.
Yeah, she was part of that. I had well, maybe because I was on Wi-Fi at work. I'll say I didn't notice that we didn't
Mm,
have service, or I don't get that many calls or texts, so I might just not have noticed.
maybe.
That could be more like it. So, what's new with you?
Let's see. Lucas got me a bunch of plants today. I just finished planting. One of them, which was a pepper, and Pippins ate it. I'm very annoyed about that.
Oh,
One
they
of
can keep peppers. So, that's one of Alice's favorites.
Yeah, well, he started chewing down the plant and then ate the growing pepper on it.
Oh, that's annoying. Oh yeah,
Very
you new
just
here?
planted.
We got to do the intro. If you're new here, we just chit chat and then discuss Reddit stories.
Yes. And then what else is new? Oh, I had a horrible dream last night.
Oh no.
So it was like me and Lucas were in some kind of Dutch country,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to their like DMV for some reason. I don't know why. But then we're sitting there, I think it was like someone's birthday, we had cake, and then there was a teapot that started levitating and coming towards me. And it felt like, paranormal. And then I screamed like, "Get away from me." And then it went flying and hit Lucas on the face and broke.
Oh
It
my
was
god.
terrifying.
So you said you were in Dutch country?
some kinda Dutch country.
Oh, okay. Well, we did like the Netherlands, that's cool, the
Mhm,
cousin.
but no, I can't go back now, they have possessed teapots. I
Oh,
was terrified. It felt like a dark presence.
I'm sure I'm sure, A, you could probably find a haunted house in the Netherlands, but I'm also sure just don't stay in a B&B and you'll be just fine.
Well, if
I'm
I
sure
see
they had
any teapots that look like the ones in the dream, I'm not going anywhere near that place.
that is fair, honestly, that is really fair.
It
Watch
was I could tell it was something evil.
Lucas wants to surprise you, like, "Hey, we're gonna go to the Netherlands," and you're like, "Yay!" And then you're like, "Wait, where are we staying?" I think it's coming from so it's so funny. So we talk almost every day, especially when we're coming home from work, and we were talking about like, "Hey, guess what movie I'm gonna watch tonight?" I was like, "I'm gonna watch Obsession." And Aries like, "No way, I'm watching Obsession." So we neither one of us knew that each other were planning on watching Obsession. My plan though was to watch it before it was dark, Friday evening, because in case it was scary. And honestly, I wasn't scared at all. I mean, there's parts of it were a little freaky, makes you think, but I wasn't scared. So what was your take on Odyssey?
That's you mean obsession?
Or Obsession? I'm sorry, I want to see Odyssey's on my mind because we were talking about it at work. I really want to see it.
Oh, yeah, we saw it, it was
Obsession.
amazing.
So did I
Um,
say Obsession in the beginning that I watched it and I was scared?
so I it freaked me out a little bit because I was only imagining, like, what if Lucas started doing this? And then, also, he was pointing to dark corners and saying, "What's over there?" Just didn't help at all. And then I just felt so bad for, like, that friend that died.
Yeah, I felt bad for the friend. I felt bad. I actually felt bad for the girl that was like, "Kill me."
I know. So, yeah, he was just, really obsessed with her, really, and it
So,
was
yeah.
awful.
Well, first of all, be careful what you wish for. And then his friend kind of screwed him over by it because he wanted him to wish. We're not giving too much away, but we're giving some spoilers. Definitely watch Obsession. I believe it's on Peacock for free. So if you get Peacock, watch it. Or I'm sure you can rent it on Amazon Prime. So not a sponsor, but really cool. I really liked it, but I wasn't scared. But I think because I'm single, I'm not worried about someone standing in the corner freakishly staring at me while I sleep. So I think that's why. But like it's more so obviously he wishes for a girl. The plot is he's obsessed with this girl. He makes a wish for her to love him more than anyone else in the world. And then the movie unfolds. So really you got to be careful what you wish for. But like it was like a demonic entity that took over this woman's body. And it was just kind of like sad because in the end she was able to come back, but what she came back to was awful.
Yeah, just going to jail.
Oh, I don't know. I would lie and say I was drugged and like say they did it. Like they're already
They
all
wouldn't
dead.
believe that, all your witnesses are dead.
Exactly. I survived because those people are bad. I mean, she shouldn't gonna have to go to jail. She didn't know what she did. But like, be careful what you wish for. So I have
Yeah.
heard some, like, different breakdowns of this movie already, from different podcasts, and I don't know, I think I'd almost have to watch it again because they had some really deep, deep takes on the movie, which I don't know, I guess I just watched it at, like, surface level, I wasn't trying to dissect it. So but, like, they really thought that he was gonna try to make us another wish.
No, I believe that because he asked a friend to wish he never made a wish, and he
Mhm.
had another thing to make a wish. He definitely and when he first learned, like, how she was, like, being crazy, his first thing wasn't, "Can I cancel it?" It's like, "Can I change it?" So he's always wanted her even after all that.
Yeah, that's and you know what? He had sex with her even knowing she wasn't really her. So that's
Yeah.
gross. So he was just obsessed with her. He didn't care
Uh-huh.
about he really didn't care because that's not love. When you're obsessed with somebody like that, that's not love. That's just an obsession. And that's so
Yeah.
unhealthy. Yeah, I guess he would. I was like, I don't know. I mean, my first thought would be to change it before she killed anybody or harmed anybody. Then after things start going really south fast, I'd be like, okay, can we can we just cancel this wish? And I would have learned my lesson and not made another wish, but you're right, he did have 2 more. So, he probably if it was made like he never made the wish, he would have still made another wish.
Yep, and still probably just been revised around her.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have went well at all. So, because you're changing someone else. Like, and even knowing that it wasn't her to still he just didn't want it as bad because she was, like, crazy, like, in the restaurant, what did she say? She was like, "But it was going so well."
No, 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 no. We were having such a nice time.
Yeah, that's
She
it.
stood up and made a huge scene. And now me and Logan say that to each other every once in a while.
Oh, okay. And then there was, like, another part where they're sitting around, like, they're playing games, the friends, right? And they're drinking, and and I like the friends' reactions because, like, it was true to life. Because most people don't freak out right away and people start acting weird. You're all giving each other the side eye and looking like, "What the hell am I witnessing? What is
Mhm.
happening right
Yeah,
now?"
it was more like how it would be. You'd be in shock and like, "I don't know what to do."
Right. Like, she needs a psychiatric hospital. So, the only thing I would have done different, like, so I'm him, but I guess he's obsessed, that's why he didn't do that. I After she killed the first person, I would have, like, as the person's body is still in the car, I would have called 911, had her taken to a psych ward and done. You never have to deal with this person again because she's stuck in a psych ward.
Nah, she would find a way out. I think she'd, like, just kill everyone and come back to him.
Ugh, God, probably. I don't know. Then I'd move, change my name. But yeah, I don't know, and I felt bad for the one girl that she killed because it was awful.
I
Yeah,
just hope she didn't feel it. I thought it
I
was quick.
well, I'm sure she felt the first couple, but after that, I just ew. Yeah, I mean, it was gory, it was a good movie. I mean, at first I was like, "I don't need to watch it again," but now because I've heard so many different takes on it, I definitely would watch it again. And, yeah, and things didn't stick with me, like, her freaking out stuck with me, but, like, I didn't remember the lines, right? Like, the "No, no, no." Remember, like, what'd she say? Like, "We're having" at one point, she did say, "Oh, that was at the game night, but we're having so much fun." Or then she's like, "Never mind," when she yelled, "You don't know what it's like to love him." Then she's like,
Oh, no, th she was something like, "You don't know what it's like, you all die not knowing what it's have true love," something like that, and
"Yes."
she's like, "Just kidding," and then she's like, "Okay, no, I wasn't, deal with it."
Yep. That was so funny. So I feel like the movie stuck with you way more than it stuck with me.
Or, like, when she because some parts are almost kinda comedic, like, when she was, like, in the bed with him and he was, like, all freaked out because earlier she was, like, walking weird and standing in the corner,
Yes.
and then he goes to, like, get up out of bed and she screams, "Stay," at him.
Yes.
I looked at Lucas, I was like, "That's what I'm gonna do to you."
The most disgusting scene, though, like, I knew right away. Well, I didn't know right away, but I caught on quick, was the cat scene, so he has a dead cat.
Yes. No, I hate all the cat stuff. I did not need to see anything about dead animals. I can't do it.
I know. So, like, first, like, he had a dead cat that he buried, or he was in I don't know, if in the trash or whatever, he,
I
like,
think he
that
put it in the trash.
I think he put it in the trash because it's an apartment, so he doesn't own, like, the property. So he's very upset about his cat, loved his cat. So puts the dead cat in the trash. Then she brings it out and, like, has a shrine for the cat, but you know what? Because he loved the cat, she woulda killed it, so it's probably better
Yeah.
off that the cat died right before in the beginning of this. Then, like, she made him lunch for breakfast
Work.
or
Well,
for work, and as he's eating, he finds a note, and it said what did it say?
what do you something about, like, "What do you think about this cat?"
Yeah. So, like, and then he vomits. Like, so
But even that didn't
disgusting.
freak him out so much because, like, he was so obsessed with her. He was practicing, like, like, she was in the shower, he was practicing, like, saying, like, "Okay, you know, you can't cook the cat."
Yeah, I mean, he was so obsessed with her, like, I wouldn't be like, "Oh my gosh, this needs to go away." No, he was like, "Okay." Yeah, he was practicing like, "Nope, you can't cook I'm sorry, you can't cook the cat, like, don't cook the cat." And to be fair, he's a single guy living alone, maybe there wasn't accessible lunch meat for him. But that's disgusting. I was like before he read the note and he's taking bites, I'm like, "No, no, no." Like, I'm just sitting there. I think that was, like, my most horrific was, like, sitting by myself going, like, "No." Like, that was so disgusting.
Yeah, it's so gross.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not the cat. Please tell me that's not the cat." And then he read the note, I'm like, "No." So, yeah, that was gross. So, definitely Obsession, something to watch. I'm sure people will be watching it, and honestly, it's free now. I don't know if Obsession was this popular when it was at the movie theaters, 'cause
It was. It was. It was really popular.
was it?
Yes, it's very popular.
'Cause I just started hearing about it, like, a week ago.
We've been hearing about it for, like, months, right?
Yeah, since May.
Since May, Lucas says.
It's like number 1 all in theaters all throughout May.
Yeah, so number 1 in theaters all throughout May. We almost went to see it, but instead we watched Backrooms in theaters.
Oh, okay, how was Backrooms?
I think that's better than Obsession.
Lucas says he thinks it's better than Obsession, I agree, it was really good.
Okay, I have to check that movie out.
It's more creepy, like, it's more unsettling, I guess, maybe, but it's not, like, creepy, you won't feel freaked out, so.
Yeah. Has Lucas seen Hereditary?
Have you seen Hereditary? He has.
I threatened to watch it.
Yeah, that's his threat to me.
When he's mad at you? I'm putting on Hereditary.
Uh,
No, I watched it once. That movie is the one
I
movie
don't
that
even wanna
freaked me
talk
out.
about it.
Yeah, it just freaked me out the
I
most.
used to love scary movies, I watched that one, and now I have a harder time watching scary movies.
Yeah, and the only other like, for years, the other movie that freaked me out so much that I gave up scary movies for until I started watching them with you was The Ring.
Oh,
For
I love
some
The Ring.
for some reason, the first Ring movie, because I think there's a couple now, the first Ring movie just freaked me right the heck out, and I was like, That's it, I'm done with scary movies." So I was for a while. And then first, Ari eased me into it, like, we had the Saw movies, which I absolutely
I love the
loved
Saw movies.
because they're so thought-provoking and just though I like the originals when Jigsaw was alive, I don't
Yeah.
like the copycat ones as much. I mean, I still
Well, it's the
watch them
thing
in
is
order.
he obviously was doing terrible things, he still had rules he followed. All
Yes.
the copycats, like, never followed those rules, they just did it for
No.
revenge.
Yep. Yeah, I like the rules. I mean, I wouldn't dig in my eyeball and take my eyeball out to get a key to
You
survive.
wouldn't? You'd rather have, like, a bear trap closed on your head than dig in your eyeball to get a key?
He gives you, like, a minute. I don't think I could do it in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think I could either.
I
Could
don't
you?
think
No.
you give me 3 days, I might, but, like
3 days.
I don't think I would have the courage to gouge my eyeball.
No,
Yeah, it'd be
no.
really hard to gouge out your own eyeball.
Well, I would try to pop it out nicely because eyeballs can be placed back in.
You have a minute.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. Like, oh my god, you just talking about it makes my stomach feel weird. So anyway, off of those. Yeah. Anything else that you'd like to share? Because I have like, an interesting little story.
Anything else we'd like to share?
What do we do this week?
What did we do this week?
Watch the child?
Oh, yeah, I babysat my niece for the first time.
Mhm.
Turns out, one-year-olds are kinda boring.
You're so funny.
For
I
2
love it.
hours, I need a TV to put on as background, and I knew it. Technically, I shouldn't have been putting on TV, but I made sure she wasn't watching it. I was mostly watching her, and we both would look at the TV for a little bit, and I'm mostly just listening to it. She didn't care after a couple seconds.
Yeah, I hope it wasn't, like, too inappropriate, though. You didn't put,
It
like,
was
an
Star Wars,
oh,
the
okay.
first one.
Yeah, it's
She
fine.
liked it. Well, she wasn't even watching it, but it was like, how Anakin does a race, and then we were,
Yeah.
like, cheering, we were hitting the couch, and she liked doing that.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, she's so cute. Aw. Well, that's fun. And what else did you do?
What else did we do?
Sunday.
What did we
We didn't
do?
really do anything.
Oh, no, it's Sunday we slept till, like, 11, I think. And yeah, then we're slowly working on house stuff.
Yeah,
Burgers.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
we're doing the wall around our front garden bed right now, and we did it wrong the first time, and so now we're redoing it after we watched a video.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, I'll try to think what I did. I don't know what I did. Oh, I went to a grad party this weekend, so that was fun. You were also there for a few minutes, and
That
then
was
you had to
fun. I wish
babysit.
I coulda stayed longer, but then I had to go babysit.
Yeah, it was nice catching up with friends that I only see, like, once or twice a year, so that was nice.
Nice.
Yeah, and then so, I'm gonna just try to start the story without giving, any identifying information away that I'll have to delete later. So I so on Instagram, like a year and a half ago, this person reached out to me. He's a guy and he didn't even know I was divorced, right? He's like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm moving back in town. What's going on?" And I kind of knew him from school, and I was like, "Hey, not much. I'm divorced, blah blah." He didn't know. And then we had a couple like lightly flirty texts, but nothing crazy. And then he was already starting to date, I'm assuming, this other woman. And I know her from school. And I saw a couple Facebook posts. Alice, what are you doing? She's growling at the end of the hallway. She's kind of freaking me out. Okay, Alice. What is
Well,
that?
I'm not coming to your house ever again.
Well, no, she has something that she shouldn't, I'm assuming. Come here.
Or the flirting.
Okay, no. Okay. Yeah,
So
no,
Chris wants to know what the flirty messages were.
she has a phone. Oh, those flirty messages. I don't know. What just say, how you doing? Like, he's like, oh, you look so good. Like, you haven't aged at all. Like, just nice. They were light flirts. Like, they were just like dipping the toes in the water.
I
You
don't
know
know.
what I
I don't
mean?
think I would have liked it if Lucas said, "You haven't aged at all," to me.
Okay, well, I'm old and you're 25. So
That'd be creepy, I think.
he's like, you look like a 16-year-old. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, ew. No, so it's different for you and I, okay? So
Uh,
So then I see that he's dating this girl, and then you know what, the messages stopped, and then like within a few months, they rushed off and were married in Scotland. So like I saw like beautiful wedding photos on Facebook, and like he's in a kilt and everything. Like everything looked nice. And I have to tell you, I was interested in him in the beginning, and then he got married, and then whatever. So recently, he reached out to me again, but I didn't notice right away for like a couple weeks because I don't check my Instagram messages like that regularly, which I really should do because I also sell like, I sublimation items like cups and mugs and can coolers and all those things. So I really need to check it a little bit more. So he's like, he was like, "Hey, pretty lady," and I didn't answer. Then he's like, "What? No response? You're not talking to me?" Yeah, because I didn't respond. So I saw it a week later, and I'm thinking, "Oh, he like I think that like their wedding anniversary is coming up. I'm like, maybe he wants to order her something from me, like photos on a tumbler, a mug, or something, because that's something I could do, right?" So I was like, "Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't see this. I don't check my messages that often." He was like, "Oh, I just wanted to connect, LOL." And I was like, "Oh, is everything okay?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I just put great because I was like, "Okay, this is getting weird." Like, I know he's married. I know the person he's married to. Please tell me that this is like, I just want it to be innocent, like because I would never do that to somebody that's married. And then a couple days later, he texts, "Can I flirt with you?" And I was like, and I just responded back, "I do appreciate the asking of consent." I responded back, "Not if you're still married." And then he responded back, "You're right," a day later. But in between those messages, guess who started following me on Instagram? His wife.
Ooh, crazy.
And then yesterday, so I was telling my one friend about this, a close friend, so it's not going to go out like all over. And she knows the people. And I was telling my one friend about this. And then so she looks at Facebook and she's like, his profile says he's separated. I was like, oh, I'm like, well, he didn't say that they're separated. So I'm going to just leave it alone. And that makes me like, for someone I was interested, now I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, or you should go in like, "Oh, we're actually separated," when I said, "Oh, not if you're married," right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he should have clarified then
Yeah.
if he was.
If he would have clarified, maybe I still would have been interested. So, but hers says married, and like their wedding videos are playing for their anniversary, and their anniversary was in June. So I'm like, ew, what the heck is going on? So she's probably heartbroken. She obviously started following me, so maybe she read the messages. I can plead innocence because I did nothing and I shut it down. And then today I had to drop something off in the mailbox. So I'm like, oh, shoot, I'll just go to my local mailbox that's nearby instead of the one on the way home from work. And guess who I see walking hands walking in the village?
Really? It was them?
Them holding hands.
That's crazy. So they're still together.
They're clearly still together. So I don't know. Well, I'm just like, I already had a person a couple of years back go a psycho on me about messaging back and forth with her man years ago. I don't know if I discussed it on the pod. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want her to do this to me because I was very innocent. I didn't know. And that was a completely different case. So there was this guy who I was interested in because I didn't know him before when he was married to someone else, like very nice man. And then they got a divorce and she's, dating and like, I don't think cheating was going on. They got a divorce. And then he started dating this other woman who was like in my class and graduated with. I know quite well, actually. I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're not, I'd say closer acquaintances for a while. he was dating her. Well, they were on again, off again for years. So he reached out to me when they were off again. So they were off. I'm like, oh, and he had put on like, which again, red flag. I don't know why I entertained this. Probably because I knew him and like he was nice. You know, finally moving on. You know, blah blah blah. And so I took that as he's single, moving on from her, whatever. And then, so we were going to meet up for drinks. And then she messages me, how dare you? She's like, you shouldn't even be friends with any man that has a relationship at all, whether they're dating or married, because you're single and that's not right. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. First of all, it's none of your business who I message. Like, usually not someone that sticks up for myself, but I was like, whoa, who the hell are you to tell me? And second of all, he messaged me. He said you were broken up. If that's not the case, fine. I'll never message him again. But if you're together, but it seems to me you're not together. So really, it's none of your business. And then she kind of went back and said, oh, I'm so sorry. She apologized. And then she blocked me, which is perfectly fine. I don't need to ever talk to you again. But like, it was just so weird and bizarre. And they clearly have a very mentally unhealthy relationship.
Are they still together?
The last I heard, they're on again, off again. I have no
Still?
idea.
That's crazy.
It's like 10 years of on again, off again. It's like either get married or go to counseling, but figure it out, people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, I don't know. So again, just me and my pets. Got my cats and dogs. We're just gonna hang
Me and
out. And
Lucas
we're
are
good.
gonna make you a Bumble account.
No, I have a Bumble and a Hinge account. I window shop without talking to anybody. Because the last time I talked to people, I was getting pictures that I did not ask for. There was no consent. I did not consent.
Yeah, sort through the bad ones before you get a good one.
So apparently, I don't know how to flirty text. Because apparently, just a flirty text turns into pictures that I don't want. So, yeah, I don't know. We will. I don't know. I'm fine for now. Maybe in the future, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Gotta. Well, I would say gotta place someone in front of me, but I'm like, the only way I'm going to meet someone at this point if they're a stalker, and then I'll call the police. I don't really, that'd be weird. So, at the right time, it'll happen.
Yes.
So, maybe I'll have to go to more of those dating events or whatever. They're just so cheesy.
You should. They sound fun.
Yeah, I met a lot of great women. Unfortunately, I'm not gay. If I was, it'd be so easy. I think it'd be easier, actually, to be honest. But no, I like men, and then they can't be too young, and they can't. I want them to have a job, and So yeah.
See, that's your problem. Your standards are way too high here.
Apparently, my standards are way too high. Yeah, if you're like a man, like in your 40s or early 50s, I expect you to have a career or job. Or if you don't have a job because you're retired, it's because you're wealthy, okay? Like you built a business and now you're just relaxing, enjoying it. But if that's not the case, then get a job. Like I'm not even picky on what the job is. Just have a job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my drama. Though I guess it breaks up the day, right? Like, I don't know, I have a lot going on. I've been filming a lot of Jasper and Alice. Oh my gosh, this morning I was in a hurry. Somehow, because I couldn't find a shirt that I liked on me. So you know how that ends up taking forever. I didn't like how some shirts are fitting, and I'm like, oh, I haven't worn this shirt in a while, and then there's a reason why I didn't wear the shirt in a while, so I don't like how it looks on me. So then I'm going through my closet and trying to find something to wear. So long story short, running late, feeding my dogs in the morning, and I put them down, and then all of a sudden, Alice is running around. I'm like, God, that's like a record. Is she like a Hoover over there, just vacuuming it up with her mouth? And I looked at the bowls. So I gave her Jasper's portion, who gets a quarter of a cup of dog food, and Jasper's going on woofing down half a cup. And I was like, oh no! So then I went to go take it away from Jasper because I'm like, oh, he clearly ate more than he should already. He is trying to eat it as fast as he can as I'm pulling away the bowl.
Oh my god.
He was like, yes, big breakfast. And then I gave Alice a little extra, but I had some work done today at my house. So Alice was in the crate today, so she had treats. So it ended up equaling out, but I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I gave them the wrong dishes. Poor Alice was starved, and Jasper was like, yes.
Yikes.
Oh, all right. Are you ready for some Reddit stories?
I am. Let's see. Okay. This is from r/AITA weddings, posted by better-potato-8391. Am I the asshole for reconsidering my engagement after her mom was in a serious accident?
Hmm. Consider the engagement because the mom was a serious accident. I'm gonna say maybe. I'm gonna say there's a high chance that you're probably the asshole.
My fiance, 27 female, and I, 25 male, have been engaged since Christmas, and we were planning on getting married in August. We had dated a year before getting engaged, and it felt like the most magical moment at the time. Things were going well. We had our church and reception venue and photographer booked. She picked a dress, and I had been fitted for my suit alongside groomsmen, bridesmaids' dresses. We had sent the invites out to family and friends. Then in May, her mom was in a horrible mountain biking accident. She hit her head very hard and had a traumatic brain injury, causing her to be unconscious in the ICU for 2 weeks. In the following months, she has slowly recovered and has started walking and talking again. Her memory is recovering. She was just released from the hospital last week, but she is on a strict home therapy routine with physio/brain specialists visiting frequently. Needless to say, this was a traumatic experience for my fiance and her family. And it was very hard for me as well, though I can't imagine if it were my mom. My fiance basically quit her job for a month to be at the hospital. I work a demanding job in finance and had to be back in the office immediately, but would go straight to the hospital every night after work for about a month to comfort her and read verses and prayers. After 2 months of crying and many sleepless nights, we fell behind in wedding planning, and I was starting to consider if we should postpone, knowing her mom would not be 100% by then, and we have been extremely stressed and exhausted. When I brought up the possibility of a postponement, I was met with harsh opposition. She said the wedding is the only good thing she has going in on her life, that I would be stealing that away from her if we move the dates now. Ultimately, I told her I did not feel comfortable with continuing with the August date. We were in no condition to be wedding planning, and I didn't want our marriage to start off on the wrong foot. Not to mention, I want our wedding day to feel magical and have her mom be part of it. I made the call and said this summer just wasn't the right time. But the truth is, I am scared to get married because my fiance has shown a side I have never seen through this. At the beginning, I tried to have infinite grace for her because I couldn't imagine the pain she was in. But she started to be rude to me and my family. She would call me names and swear at me if I made mistakes. And when I pushed back and said, please don't use those words with me, that's hurtful, she would call me sensitive and say I have no idea what she's going through. After postponing, she started blaming me for not choosing her through the pain. She said that I have driven a wedge between us and that I don't accept the bad parts about her, and that when she's emotional, she's going to say hurtful things to me sometimes. To me, this is a major red flag, and I don't think any disrespect has a place in a relationship. I've tried to be patient given the circumstances, but now she's using it as an excuse to be rude to me when she is upset. For example, recently she got upset with me at the mall for hitting the closed door button on the elevator like a child, and it freaked her out. She accused me of being dangerous and immature around the elevator, to which I was surprised and defended myself, saying I didn't mean to freak her out, but I was just trying to close the doors since we were both inside. She then called me controlling and inconsiderate. She tried to leave the mall without me. As I walked off after her and talked things out, she told me to fuck off, which I have never heard her say to anyone. I know it's been very stressful for her, but I'm having a hard time imagining this is what my marriage is going to look like when hard times hit. I know there will be more challenges in life, and I don't feel like I can trust her to at least be considerate or respectful when she's upset. We've never gone through anything until this, so this is the first time I'm seeing it, and it's stressful for me to have the person I love most saying hurtful things to me. My friends and family have been seeing it too, in ways that I have not. They said she calls me sensitive behind my back and talks down about the decisions I've made, including the postponement. Even our premarital counselors recommended we see actual therapists because we clearly need help and this was a traumatic event. We are booked in to see one next week, but I feel like this is also a red flag that we aren't even married yet and need to go to therapy. To make things more complicated, we just bought a new home together 3 days before the accident. Because we are religious, the plan was for me to move in first and then she could move in after the wedding. She still lives at home and I've been paying rent for 5 years in the city. She's now very upset that she won't be able to move in with me for an extended period, constantly reminding me that this is so unfair for her. However, she was still in college, didn't contribute a single dime to this purchase. I've been working for 4 years and wiped out all my savings to afford this home, with some help from her parents and my parents, for which I'm very thankful. I'm fully paying the mortgage and utility bills because she doesn't have a job right now and doesn't know what she wants to do after graduation. She's going to figure it out after we got married. I told her I feel like she's being very ungrateful, that I basically bought her this house, and her name is on the title same as mine, but it's fair that I should live here if I'm paying the bills. I told her parents I was willing to pay back the amount they contributed because they're obviously expecting her to move in soon, but they didn't care and said it was no problem. So she's making it about herself and her expectations not being met. I went to university right after high school, worked very hard to get top grades in my class, and landed a finance role I love. I've continued to work hard to achieve the life I want. I'm happy to provide for my partner, but she took 4 years after high school to travel Australia and Bali, then decided she wanted to go to college and will be completing her Bachelor of Science next year at 28, still living with her parents. I knew this when we were engaged and didn't mind. I just wanted her to pursue her career and was happy to support until she graduated. But now she is using it against me. I feel like it's very ungrateful of all the hard work I put in to make this happen. Anyways, I can't tell if I'm being the asshole because she went through a traumatic event and I should be supporting her despite the disrespect she's shown. But at what point do I draw the line? I think therapy will help and I really don't want to break up, but I feel very hurt after all this and I'm afraid of it happening again in the future. Open to any and all advice.
Woo. Yeah. So you never know how someone's going to act during like times of tragedy or heavy stress until it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's a gift that, he's seeing how she responds because he doesn't want to be sworn at. He doesn't want her to call him sensitive. And it's okay. Like he can voice that I don't like that how you're treating me or
Yeah.
talking to me. And because like that door's already opened, I'd also be concerned that are you gonna always talk to me like this and talk down to me and talk to my parents
Uh-huh.
about me like this? So in
Is
that
just this the new thing now?
yeah. So I'd be concerned. Obviously, she's dealing with a lot of stress. And honestly, she's probably very resentful that he took the one thing she was looking forward to away. So
Mm-hmm.
I see her side a little bit in that point, right? Like she's taking care of her mom, and luckily her mom will be okay, thank goodness. And then it's gonna take time to recover. And then she still wanted to go through with a wedding, and then now she's just angry. I think she's just hurt, stressed, angry. She's trying to go to school, take care of the mom, hoping for this wedding, and he singularly made that decision just to cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
So I also am not a huge fan that he just decided to cut it off, but I understand his reasons, right? Like they're legitimate reasons, and I wouldn't like someone swearing at me. I do think if they break up, he just owes her parents back the money for that house. Like if they gave him money, like whatever it is, the agreement should be he pays back her parents and that'll be it since she didn't contribute anything else at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Though the way she's
So
acting, I feel
her
like
name's
she
on
might
the title, so she could throw a huge fit
huh?
and make it a big issue.
Yeah, and they might have to go to court and it might be a huge,
Mhm.
huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think therapy is good either way, regardless, right? The wedding's already postponed. Go to therapy and see if you can work things out. I don't love how she's treating him. I do understand in times of stress you have a shorter fuse and you act differently, but she seems to be acting differently in different ways. Like I don't love her actions. Like I also get like she was upset that he closed the door on the elevator on a child and and that it closed. Okay. But she was like, "Why did you do that?" Maybe she really did think he didn't want the child in the elevator
No,
with
he
him.
just no, he hit the door close thing, and she was annoyed that he hit it like a child.
Oh, I thought they closed it on a child to
No,
get the door
no.
closed.
She was annoyed that he hit the door close button like a child.
Oh, like a child. Holy cow. Yeah, no. Okay. You everything you do now is just annoying her. I think counseling for both of you and I don't think you're going to go through with this wedding.
No.
So, I think she needs a lot to work out of. Obviously, she's frustrated, angry, and stressed with her mom, rightly so. Upset your fiance canceled the wedding. Okay, I'd be upset too, rightly so. But she's not dealing with it stress in an appropriate way. So she needs to learn better behaviors for an outlet.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, if you're really angry and you're upset, and the only thing you can think of is fuck off, legitimate. That's okay. I'm okay with it. But you freaked out over the elevator. So that's not okay. You're going to leave him there over him closing the elevator door. I mean, I thought there was at least a reason behind that. But
Nope.
just because she didn't like that he closed it, yeah, no, 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 no. That changes
Yeah, no.
everything for me.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Top comment. Not the asshole. Marriage is actually about you and your spouse against a problem, not you and your spouse against each other because of a problem. Seems like she still needs to learn this. There's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist, even now, considering this was a traumatic event. You both are young and would struggle, like anyone with the situation. The issue is if she's not willing to change her responses to you once it's been presented to her. Doing so in therapy is actually a wonderful place to do so, not only for processing, but accountability. You were correct to postpone a marriage is not a carrot to be held in the face of reasonable and overwhelming evidence that it is poorly timed. If she cannot see that, then I think it'd be best for her to focus on herself and her family.
I agree with that comment.
Yeah, I agree too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Could you imagine, like, if you started all of a sudden treating Lucas really bad like that? He'd be like, oh. He'd be like, help. But you two live together. So it'd be that much worse. You'd be like, can someone ask her to leave? She needs to go. She's swearing at me a lot. I don't like it.
That'd be crazy.
That would be, and that's not you. Like, could you imagine though being like, you know, swearing at him and yelling at him all the time? Be weird.
It would be.
Yeah. We'd be like, okay, did Ari have a psychotic break? What's going on, girl? So yeah. All right. Do you have another story?
Yes, I'll do one more.
Unless there was an update.
Let me check. Nope. No update. All right. The next one is. Wait, hold on one second. Okay. No. The next one is from Best of Redditor Updates by choice_evidence 1983. My 35 female friends slapped my bum on a night out, leaving a handprint. My husband, 30 male, doesn't believe it was her. How do I convince him?
Just he should believe what you say.
All right. Went out for a friend's birthday on Friday night and had a few drinks. Early on in the night, I tripped over before I'd even had a drink and ended up on all fours. Some of my friends ran and slapped my bum. We all laughed, and the night carried on, and I thought nothing of it. When I got home around 1 a.m., my husband was still awake in bed. I undressed, got into bed, and that's when he noticed the hand mark on my bum. He instantly jumped out of bed and started demanding to know what it was and who did it. I stuttered a bit because I couldn't remember. Then it dawned on me, so I told him what happened. But he didn't believe me. He asked for my phone and obviously found nothing too serious, but just said I'd delete anything to cover my tracks. I went to the bathroom to have a look in the mirror, and there was a definite handprint there. He followed me, and we stood there arguing for over half an hour. Every time I tried to leave, said I was cold and naked, he'd stop me and accuse me of trying to run away. He said this doesn't sound like my friend at all, which is true. She's a very timid, quiet person. He also said the handprint is too big for a woman, but my friend is tall and she's around 6 foot and does have big hands. I even ended up ringing my friend to corroborate my story, and she even offered to come around and prove the handprint is hers by putting her hand on the print. He said we made up the story between us, and I'll use the tall friend as the culprit as she'd have the biggest handprint. I asked the group chat if any of them had a video, but they don't. All weekend we've been having this discussion, and he doesn't believe me. The handprint has gone now, but he can't let it go. Keeps constantly asking me. It's 4:45 a.m. here, and he woke me up at 4 to ask about it. How can I make him believe me? I don't know what to do.
Well, if he's not going to believe you, I mean, if you really want to stay together, I always go to counseling, try counseling, or I would probably break up. Like, to me, that's ridiculous. Like, she's telling you, I understand it's not a good look, right? You're coming home late and it's not a good look, but he should know you and trust you and believe you. Like, she's already gone the distance. Like, I cannot imagine, like, having a friend come over and then, like, what are you gonna do? Like, disrobe and be naked so they can compare handprints, like, on your bottom? Like, come on. Like, that's silly. Like, you either believe her or you don't. Or is he projecting? Is he having an affair? Does he want to have an affair, like, sleep with someone else? And so that way he's blaming you? Because it seems a little excessive. Like, I get it. It doesn't look good. She explained it. And you either believe it or you don't. Like, I don't you can't like, he seems like he's got his mind made up already. I can't
Yeah.
imagine.
So, top comments sounds like your husband has some issues to begin with. You're allowed to go out and have fun with friends. Seems odd he didn't just believe you and thinks all your friends are in on it. Is there history of cheating there? Like,
Does she answer? Like, was
he
he
did.
I'm not doing
uh,
the rest. We have to finish that.
She said, "Yeah, it's starting to feel like projection to me. Nothing, and no, nothing at all. Never so much as looked at another man."
oh, what did Lucas say? Do you have something to comment on this?
No. And then another thing, like some more information, is I was on my hands and knees, so the skin was tight, and I'm on blood thinners, so I do mark and bruise easily. All facts he knew.
Okay. So yeah, he should just believe her.
You should. All right, so there's an update from 6 days later. Oh, back it up. To start, I'll clear a few things up from my last post. My husband chose my outfit for me that night, and it was a very thin dress with a thong underneath, so there's very little protection of my derriere. I was on all fours laughing, so my bum was sticking up, and then I heard footsteps running towards me, then absolutely thunderclapped my arse. The sound echoed around the housing estate, and there was a slap. And you know, a slap is good when both the slapper and the slappy are in agony. At night, the cheek was warmer than the other. I'm also on blood thinners, which means I mark and bruise very easily. Second thing is my stammering. When I told him. Might be TMI, but I was doing a striptease for him while he was in bed. I said I would let my dress drop and I stuck my bum out, so it was right near him. And he screamed at the top of his voice, "What the fuck is that?" Then jumped out of the bed and got in my face, making me fall onto the bed and screamed, "Who the fuck did that?" It took me a couple seconds to realize what he meant. If he asked normally, I'd have said, "Emily slapped my arse." Also, I wasn't drunk like so many people said. I had 3 glasses of wine over 6 hours. All the men who said a married woman shouldn't be out without her husband, and there was at least 5 of you, are gross. My husband goes out every weekend, and I do it 3 times a year, and I am for the streets. People asked about our sex life. We used to have sex, or I'd give him oral nearly every day, but the last 2 months it's dried up to once a week. I have brought this up with him as I need it more. Also, the not so serious thing he found on my phone, which a lot of men took as to mean as I've been messaging someone else, was porn video I'd favorited because I liked it. Right to the update. It's been over a week. He still doesn't believe me. I want to split up with him. Emily
Barry, you
said,
cut out.
I told him to speak to all my friends, and he said no. When I said to look at the rip in my dress from where I fell and my bloody knees, he said that's from me giving head. How aggressively does he think I dropped to my knees? He's looked through my phone and found nothing. When I asked to look through his, he said, "No, I'm not the one who is on trial here." He's woke me up 3 times in the night to berate me. He's burnt all my going out clothes. He's threatened to post photos and videos of me to show the world what a slag I am. He's also grabbed me twice and pushed me onto the sofa once, which I'll be informing my brother about later when I see him for Mother's Day. So all in all, it's shit week. I've told him to get the fuck out of my house and I'll be divorcing him. He's not worked for 6 months and has no savings. And the house was mine before I met him, and he's never paid towards the mortgage or any repair or upkeep or any work. So he's getting fuck all.
Yeah, I'd be out.
Yeah, he sounds crazy. He's burning her going out clothes.
That is insane to me. Like, he needs help. He seems very controlling.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And she rarely goes out. No. And why is he going out every weekend? That also seems a little strange. Like, I think couples need their space. You need time away from each other, but I don't think anyone needs every weekend away from each other. Then it's like,
No.
do you even like each other? So yeah, no, he's insane. Some of it cut out when you were, I don't know, when you were on here. So we missed a tiny bit, but overall we get the gist. Like, he is insane.
He's crazy. Burned her clothes, kept waking her up in the middle of the night. Was looking through her phone, but wouldn't talk to anyone. Won't let her see his phone. So like a lot of commenters are thinking that like he's hiding something. Like he's
Yeah,
projecting.
I think he's projecting. Absolutely. It seems a little odd, or he's just controlling. Some people are very controlling in relationships, and that's not good either.
There's another update.
Ooh, okay.
I've had a lot of messages from people asking for an update, so here it is. It's pretty uneventful one, as nothing has happened, but I'll try to clear a few things up. In my first update, I mentioned kicking him out, and he's still out, and I haven't heard from him at all. My brother did go to see him and his brothers after Mother's Day, so maybe that's why I haven't heard from him. I did take some advice then and had a new security cameras installed and lighting all around the house and changed every lock. I know it's a bit paranoid, but I've also screwed my letterbox shut and got a post box outside so you can't pour anything nasty through here. I also changed my company car every couple of days in case he put a tracker on it. I'm really overthinking it, but just being sure. I also was a bit petty and posted a picture on my Instagram of me on all fours and Emily with her hand on my bum. I'm not sticking up for my ex here, but I do want to clear up the issue of him choosing my outfits. That's always been my idea. I saw it on a film when I was younger and I always thought it seemed sexy to have my partner choose an outfit when they find me attractive in. It make me get excited to get home in so you can see me in it again. I've also had a lot of messages for both men and women, sadly, insulting me for being out at that time and saying it's embarrassing a woman of my age behaving in such a way. I've also had a few women message me and tell me that I'm a whore for doing a striptease for my husband
Oh my
and
gosh.
degrading myself. No, it's not degrading to try and turn on my husband, so he'll bang me until the sun comes up. Women enjoy sex too. Anyway, thank you for everyone for caring. It really means a lot.
I still think she's in an unhealthy relationship. But the commenters even commenting like she shouldn't be going out, calling her a whore. Like, come on.
I know people are crazy.
People are crazy. It's like, you're definitely getting it wrong, people. Absolutely. Don't do it like that. Don't treat people badly. Keep some of those comments in yourself. Like, if that's your thought, do you really need to write it down? Like, why do you need to like text it to somebody in a comment? That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah, I just don't think she's in a healthy relationship now.
No, I don't think it's every healthy, but there's another update.
Oh, okay.
Well, this has been quiet for nearly 3 months. Not not heard from him or his friends. Everything with the divorce is going smoothly. Had no strange behavior online or in person. Then Tuesday night, me and some friends, all women, went to a local pub to watch the England game. We weren't drinking as we all had work in the morning. We just wanted to soak up the atmosphere. About midway through the first half, I noticed my ex is in there with another woman. She looks nice, and I don't think anything more of it. Just carry on with my friends without even looking over again. I didn't tell my friends, as I didn't want them looking or talking about it. At the end of the most boring matches of football I've ever seen, we were leaving when my friend next to me suddenly drops to the floor, then a bottle hits the floor. I spin around and see my ex is stood in the doorway of the pub. He sees what's happened and just back in turns around and walks back in. My friend isn't knocked out, but she's very confused, and we call an ambulance. The police came too, and my ex admits what he's done and tells them he was aiming for me but missed. He's arrested, and my friend was taken to the hospital. My
Oh
friend
my
has
God.
x rays, and thankfully he's okay, just a bit concussed. Her husband is a very rough tag. The local down the pub every weekend sniffing coke and getting in trouble type, but he's incredibly devoted to his wife. She is his absolute world, and he was at in the hospital in tears when he saw her. And then we left, and he went down to the police station to try and get my ex and got himself arrested. My ex is out on bail now, and my friend's husband is looking for everywhere for him. I told my brother last night what happened, and he's desperate to find him too, but I've asked him to leave it. I haven't seen or heard from my ex since he was arrested. Hopefully he's gone into hiding. My brother stayed with me last night just in case. I didn't ask him to, and I had to cancel the shag I'd arranged, lol. After a couple of quiet months, it sparked back up again. Thank you for your support on my last post and for your DMs.
Wow. Well, I'm glad she's not with him anymore. That is insane. So
I
crazy.
asked her that he threw a bottle, was aiming for her, but then hit her friend's head. It's crazy.
I can't even imagine. I'd be pressing charges. I definitely would press charges. Like, that is
Yeah.
insane. Like, yeah, she got out. I'm so glad. So, like, from when did the story start? Like, and how long, with all the updates, how long did it take her to leave him about?
So this last update was about 3 months after the first.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it took her 3 months to realize. I bet some people probably in the comments were probably like, hey, this is abuse. Like, this is not normal. Some of these no one burns someone else's clothes. Like, that's not normal. That's not a normal behavior.
Well, she already, like, went for a divorce 3 weeks after the first post.
Yeah. She just defended him in the beginning, but I think that's probably habit too, right? Like,
Yeah.
just what you do when you love someone. But yeah, that's insane. I don't know. I'm glad she got away, but she got divorced, and I hope he stays away from her. And really, he needs some help. He needs some serious therapy
Yes.
for sure. All right. You said you had to go.
Yes. Have a great week, everyone.
Where can they find us?
r_cats_and_dogs_pod.
All right. Yes. And find us on Instagram on the Raining Cats and Dogs. And have a good week and
Be
be
kind.
kind.